side versus the other side. I don't think we need each individual person do a test. So we have like 3 there, we got like 6 there, but Dawn's super smart, so she counts as like 3 people.
Sometimes.
So Chad and Ellen, we're doing a quiz this morning, so could you sit on that side to even it out? All right, and Chad taught the lesson, so he counts as 2 people. So what we'll need is somebody to keep score. If somebody could keep score, you'll keep score. Dawn will do that, and her team will magically be ahead at the end. All right, so this is what I wanted to do, unless somebody else has a better idea. What I wanted to do is I'll ask the question, we'll give it to this side, and if they know it, they answer it. If they don't know it or they get it wrong, it falls to this side, and then they get to clean it up. And then this side will be asked a question. We'll just rotate back and forth, but if you fail, they get the opportunity to get it, to steal it. So we're going to give each side the same number of questions, but you could get ahead by answering what they don't know. All right? Does that make sense? Or do you have a better idea? Before I forget. The Pew Bibles. We got to decide on which one you want to buy. So Andrea, you can kind of look at them. The difference, and then pass it along to the next person.
Do you have something for us to vote on? Which one do you want?
I don't. You can just tell me at the end. The deacons already gave me their idea, but they said we should get some more feedback from the church. Anyway. All right. So this side, we're going to start off easy. Who defeated Goliath?
David.
Actually,
That was wrong. It was a stone that he picked up. No, I'm kidding. It was.
You said who?
It was David. David. So.
Technically, you should have said God defeated David.
Yes. God defeated.
God defeated Goliath.
All right. That was an easy one. We're starting off with warming you up. All right. This side. What did David use to defeat Goliath? A sling and a sling and stone. All right. I kind of gave them the stone, but they got the sling. All right. So 1-1. Back to this side. What are the first 5 books of the Old Testament called? The Pentateuch. Is that your final answer?
yes.
All right. Or the books of the law. I would have accepted that. So, all right. So this side. What books of the Old Testament are considered poetry? What books of the Old Testament are considered poetry?
I know Psalms and Song of Solomon.
Psalms, Song of Solomon,
Probably Proverbs.
Proverbs. What else? That's 3 out of 5.
Okay, Ecclesiastes.
Okay. One more. Most of these I say names a few out of a number, and I didn't.
Well, so much, yes.
Think of, I believe it comes just before the first one you listed.
That's cheating.
That is 4 out of the 5. That's pretty good. Like I say, the rest of them, I don't know why I didn't put that one on there.
Joe?
Did you look it up?
No, I was going to say
I
Job, too.
couldn't get the books of the Bible. I'm like, for some reason, thinking of months.
Was
here.
gonna?
My brain's not
I was
functioning.
gonna say.
I was going to say
Then say it.
Job.
Okay.
It's
That's-
just depressing poetry.
That's all 5. That's all 5. That was pretty good. I should have put 3 out of the 5. All right. What is the Septuagint?
I got a question. Where did you get Job as in this category?
Every list I've always looked at always says Job is a book of poetry.
I have never heard of that. Never.
Well, I could be wrong.
Is a prophet.
Oh, I don't know about that. I've never seen a list of prophets.
Yeah, it's.
It's either a historical book or a poetry
You can
book.
go
Either
Google
that
that.
or Job, that one, because I don't want to.
Yeah.
Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, and Psalms.
Well, then they got that then. They got that. They got that without help. The only one they had hint was the Job.
Job,
So you're
Google
good.
says Job too.
All right. What is the Septuagint? Chad, this was in the book. The Septuagint. Don't ask Google. The Septuagint.
Was it the first translation of the Bible? Or it was one of the major ones at first?
Not sure.
It's,
You're along the lines of the right thing, but it's still quite different. It is a translation of the Bible. No.
It's because it's the whole Bible, from the Hebrew and the Greek.
You're convoluted a little bit. You're close, but it's not right.
And it's not the first translation.
No.
Okay, it's one that they, that's what everybody goes back to, is the Septuagint. If they're gonna go back, that's where they go back to.
All right, I'm going to give it to this side. I don't think they're going to know it either. Anybody know what the Septuagint is? Nope. The Septuagint is the Greek translation of the Old Testament. The Greek translation of the Old Testament. So, right about the time they were writing the New Testament, just before that, some people got together and translated the Old Testament Hebrew into Greek. Greek translation of the Old Testament. All right, number 6. So, it's this side. What is the 4-part cycle of Judges? What is the 4-part cycle of the book of Judges?
The cycle.
Huh?
The cycle?
The cycle of the book of Judges. It's often illustrated by a circle.
Well, there's some judging going on in there somewhere. Some evaluation before the judgment.
All right, they don't know. It's falling over here.
The going back, they go back to the Lord, and then they go away from the Lord when they get a judge, and the next judge, they go back to the Lord, and then they go away.
So that's a 2-part cycle. There's 4. We had to learn this in high school and in Bible college. Anybody want to guess?
That's basically, yeah. I mean, it's, you're taking 2 of them and it's a mess in there.
So,
They sin, they get judged. And repentance.
Okay.
And then go back to, serving the Lord.
all right, they got 2 of them, you got 3 of them. All right, it's apostasy, they sin. Then oppression, where they are under oppression by a neighboring country. You kind of said it was judged. Then repentance, which you got. And then the last one is deliverance, where they're rescued.
That's what I basically said. What if they go back to serving God again?
Yeah, I don't know. I wanted the exact words. I'm going to make Dawn mad. I'm going to make Dawn mad. All right. So I think that's you. What book is known as the book of why did I put that in there? Oh yes, what book is known as the Book of Wisdom?
Isn't that our turn?
No, because you missed it and it went to them.
Oh, that was us, isn't it?
Wisdom, Song of Solomon.
What is the Book of Wisdom?
Oh, Ecclesiastes?
What's your final answer?
The Book of Wisdom, Ecclesiastes.
Alright, that's wrong. Book of Wisdom.
Proverbs.
Proverbs. Alright.
Wisdom's mentioned over and over and over
Yep.
again in Proverbs.
Yep. Alright. They got a point, so it's back to them. What does proto-evangelium mean? This was in Chad's lesson too.
Sounds like there's some evangelistic stuff going on in here.
What does proto-evangelium mean? And I've preached on it.
I've heard the word before.
Pro-evangelism, go out and witness to people. Don't take that as the final answer, let somebody else answer.
You don't know. Clearly. Alright.
Clearly.
This side. What does proto-evangelium mean?
Chad should know if he taught the lesson.
He's having a brain fart today. There's people watching online screaming into their televisions.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they could text that. I don't have my
Live
phone.
stream.
I don't have my phone here. Big churches do that though. They text. Proto-evangelium.
Active evangelism?
Is the final answer? What it means in Latin is first gospel. The first time the gospel is mentioned. Okay? So, they missed the question. It fell to you. So this is the next question. What verse is the proto-evangelium? What verse is the proto-evangelium? Huh?
John 3:16?
The definition means the first mention of the gospel. And since we are in Old Testament survey, it's going to be in the Old Testament.
Could be in Isaiah.
Give me your guess.
Okay, ask the question again.
What verse is the proto-evangelium, the first mention of the gospel in the entire Bible? Mom listened to my sermon from it was probably 4 or 5 months ago.
It's probably in Genesis, first chapter, where they went through the Garden of Eden and God booted them out, but He basically saved them by giving them.
All right, guess the chapter and verse then.
One. I'll take the whole chapter.
All right, what is your guess?
I have a guess, but I'll let your mom say it just in case.
I don't know the chapter and verse, but it is when in child that Satan will bruise your heel. That's
Yeah, and that's in chapter 1, isn't it?
Nope.
Or 2?
3.
3.
Yes, that is the correct verse, but I don't know if I want to give you the point because it's Genesis 3:15. All right, you were getting it close. So I think it's their question. What is a Christophany? What is a Christophany? I don't know. I think this was in your book, but I
I
don't
don't think
know.
the terminology was.
It's a, who's the question?
That's their question.
It's their question.
What is a Christophany?
oh, Christopathy.
Christophany.
Let's try it this way, Christophany.
Christophany. Mike, you want to guess? Nope.
Something about Christ.
Yes. We're talking about the Old Testament. All right, falls to you.
It's where Christ was made known.
Yeah, pre-incarnate.
And it's in both Old and New Testament.
Yeah, pre-incarnate visitation of Christ. Yep, you guys got it. All right, over to you. Name 2 of the 4 major prophets. Name 2 of the 4 major prophets.
Isaiah, Jeremiah,
That's 2. Who are the other 2? Just for funsies. Ezekiel and Daniel. All right, they got it. All right, your question. Name 4 of the 12 minor prophets.
Jonah, Maya.
Old Testament.
Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Malachi.
Yep, that's 5. Starts with a Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah. Were the ones you missed. But you got 5.
Well, I could have told you more.
Yep. All right, over to you. The law, starting with the 10 Commandments, was a covenant between God and who? The law, starting with the 10 Commandments, was a covenant between God and who?
yeah. Say it one more time.
The law, starting with the 10 Commandments, was a covenant between God and who?
Is it just the Jewish people?
I heard the correct answer from Albert. Say it. Israel. Yes, between the Israelite people. All right, over here. What does the word canon, what does the word canon refer to when speaking about the Bible?
Canon,
Canon.
like the weapon.
No, like the word when you're speaking
Canon?
about the Bible. Canon.
Not canon.
Canon, not Canaan. What does the word canon refer to when speaking about the Bible?
It's a law. It's a rule.
Any other ideas? All right, falls to you.
It's what's considered God inspired by the Holy Spirit.
Yes, if a book is canon, that's what's considered inspired by the Holy Spirit. So like there's other books like the Book of Enoch, they're considered apocrypha. They're not part of the canon. Okay, so they stole that one. All right, it falls to you. It's your turn. Name 8 of the 12 historical books. Name 8 of the 12 historical books. This is a tricky one.
Yeah, it is.
That's 6.
Ezra, Nehemiah.
That's 8. Only ones you missed were Joshua, Judges, Ruth, and Esther. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought was going to throw the people off. The first and second. All right, give 2 reasons why we know Moses wrote the Pentateuch, the first 5 books of the Bible. Give me 2 reasons why we know Moses wrote it.
Because it's a first-hand experience. He writes it as his first-hand experience of what happened.
Okay. I'll count that as 1. What's the other one?
Is it a trick question?
It's not a trick question. I think this was in the book. I think I got it from the book.
Say the question.
Because
What are 2 reasons why we know Moses wrote the first 5 books of the Bible?
You guys guess right.
Judgment for our sins and, I mean, don't go with my answer as the last answer, but I'm just thinking there's a lot of like bad decisions and then judgment consequences.
We're falling over here to this side. You guys don't know
Yeah. It's because the Bible said he wrote it.
Okay. That's too vague. We need 2 reasons. That is the correct answer in a way, but we need a little bit more detail. You want to take a guess? Give me 2 reasons why we know Moses wrote the first 5 books of the Bible.
No.
I'm gonna have to give you less time because I have 70 questions and we're only at number 17.
Oh, this is going till 12 o'clock, right?
To 1.
Oh,
What
No.
about deliverance?
All right, the 2 reasons why we know Moses wrote the Pentateuch, he claims authorship. I would give that one to you. The second one is Jesus affirmed that he wrote it. Jesus quoted Moses, and it was quoting from the Old Testament. So he claims he wrote it, and Jesus claims he wrote it. So I think it is here. What is the longest chapter in the Bible?
oh, shoot, I know that too. August 1. Yeah, 119th Psalm.
Yes. All right. This side. What clue from Genesis tells us that the days of creation were literal 24-hour days? What clue from Genesis chapter 1 indicates that they were literal 24-hour days?
It says it was.
It doesn't say literal 24-hour days, but what is the clue that tells us that it's, what is the phraseology in?
It says what he did on that day from the next day, on the verses.
Okay.
From the, beginning, and it says to the next.
But then the liberals will say, well, day could mean 1,000 years. 1 Peter or 2 Peter chapter 3 says a day is like 1,000 years to the Lord. So what is the real clue, the phrase in Genesis 1 that nails it down that it was a literal 24-hour day?
The sun going up and coming down.
Okay. I guess I'll give you that. I'll give you that. It doesn't say the sun coming up and going down. It says evening and morning. All right. All right. Your side. What phrase from the creation account tells us that mankind is special, unique, and different from all the other creatures?
Yeah, made in the image of God.
Correct. They are made in the image of God. Over here. How did God make Adam? Through the dust of the ground. All right, over here. How did God make Eve?
Taking a rib out of Adam.
From Adam's rib. All right, over here. In Genesis 2:24, at the marriage of Adam and Eve, what are men told to do at marriage?
Treat their wives like princesses.
Does not say that.
I don't know what she said.
It was a joke. In Genesis 2:24, at the marriage of Adam and Eve, what are men told to do at marriage?
Cling.
Leave their,
What'd you say?
Cling to each other.
Yeah, please.
to leave their mother and cling to their spouse or something.
To leave their father and mother and cleave to their spouse. They got it. Leave and cleave. All right. This side lists 2 out of the 4 commands God gave Abraham in Genesis 1:28. Name 2 out of the 4 commands that God gave Adam in Genesis 1:28.
Adam or Abraham, you said one time.
I said Adam, I think, but name 2 of the 4 commands God gave Adam in Genesis 1:28.
Watch over the garden and name the animals.
What'd you say?
Watch over the garden and name the animals.
Okay. I'll give you that. Subdue the earth and have dominion over the animals. The other 2 were be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth. So you got 2 out of the 4. All right, this side. What was Adam and Eve's punishment for their sins? Two parts. What was Adam and Eve's punishment for their sins?
They would have labor pains and have to till the ground.
Okay, what is that called?
What? Tilling the ground?
No, what you just said, what is that called, biblically speaking?
Sin. Like,
No.
I didn't hear what
Labor?
she said, but does she mean banishment?
No, what she said was pain during childbirth and men have to till the ground. So I said, what is that called?
Labor.
But from God's perspective, what is it called? We're having trouble this morning recalling information. What was the other part of their punishment?
They were thrown out of the garden.
All right, kicked out of the garden, and what's that called is the curse. She described the curse. All right. This side, why did Cain kill Abel? Why did Cain kill Abel? Jealousy?
Jealousy because he had something that they wanted.
Yup. All right, I'll take that. Why is murder such a terrible sin? Why is murder such a terrible sin?
90% of us wouldn't be here.
Because we're created in God's image, so you're killing God, is what the book said.
Yep, correct. Exactly. Over here, just before the flood, how evil was mankind? Use the biblical phrase if possible. Just before the flood, how evil was mankind?
Are you looking for a specific word?
Yeah, there's a biblical phrase. What is it, like Genesis 6:3 or 4? I can see it in my head.
Man's heart was evil continually.
Yes. All right. Every thought of man's heart was only evil continually. All right. Good job, teacher. Yes. All right. This is number 30. Why was Noah allowed to live through the flood? Why was Noah allowed to live through the flood? This was also in the book.
To repopulate the earth.
Well, that is the practical reason, but
But he loved
why did God allow him to live? What?
He loved God, right?
What is the biblical phrase?
Favorable and God fight.
Yes, he found grace in the eyes of the Lord. Good job. All right, over here. How deep was the tallest mountain covered with water? How deep was the tallest mountain covered with water?
No.
I checked multiple translations. They all use an old way of measurement. So if you get close in a modern measurement, I'll take it. How tall, how deep was the tallest mountain covered? Take a guess in feet.
200 feet.
No.
I did this on Stump the Announcer in
It's
one.
not 200 feet, I know.
I did this on Stump the Announcer in one when I was a little boy. No. All right, over here.
I have two numbers in my head, so what do you guys think? Is it 12 or 20?
I would go with 12. Because he doesn't need a lot to keep that boat up. That ship.
Well, you got to think the draft of the boat. It can't hit the tallest mountain.
But you remember, it was fairly flat compared to what we build today.
Yeah. So what's your guess?
I had in my head 30, but doesn't mean it's right. Or, I mean, 30,000, that's what I mean. But,
It wasn't that much over, I think it was 20.
Is that your final answer?
We'll ask them.
One. Give me an answer.
if neither one was right, then just move on.
No, just give me your final answer. Just say it.
20,000. Isn't that what she said?
No. How deep was the tallest mountain covered by water? 20,000 feet.
Taller than the mountain is here, and how much deeper?
I don't know.
No, 20,000 would be way off.
Okay, 20?
20 feet, I think.
20 feet, we'll take it.
Oh,
15
okay.
cubit. To 15 cubits, Mom got it. It was 20 to 25 feet. 15 cubits, but generally speaking, it's about 20 feet.
is it cubits, this.
All right, where are we at?
Cut the one.
They stole
Yeah.
it, so it's their turn. What sign did God give Noah that he would never flood the earth again?
You guys know.
Rainbow. What is God's covenant with Noah called? Chad better know this one. Yes, the Noahic covenant. What was the name of the man who was rounding up people to build him a tower to heaven? That wasn't in the book. That's a bonus one. What was the name of the man who was rounding up people to build him a tower to heaven? This was after the flood.
Does it start with an H?
No. Yes. No. All right, you got your opportunity to steal.
Give me the question again.
What was the name of the man who was rounding up people to build him in a tower to heaven?
I'll say it.
Oh, I think I know it now.
The Tower of Babel, yes, but what was the name of the dude? Huh? Guess it. 5. Nimrod, yes.
Oh, that's-
All right. How did God stop them from building the tower? Confuse the languages. What is the name of the covenant God made with Abraham?
Abraham covenant.
Yes. Name 2 of the 3 remaining patriarchs besides Abraham.
Say it again.
Name 2 of the 3 remaining patriarchs besides Abraham.
The 3 remaining.
Name, okay, there's 3 patriarchs after Abraham. Just give me 2 of them. Yes, because I just already gave you Abraham. Say it, Ellen, say it. One more, give me one more.
What did you say?
Jacob.
Give me one more.
Esau. No, not Esau. Isaac.
Isaac. So the patriarchs are Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and some people consider Joseph. All right, over here. How long, so you got a point for that. How long were the Israelites enslaved in Egypt? Anybody?
400 years.
400 years. How long did Moses' mother hide him as an infant? Three months. Got it. All right. What famous line did Moses say to Pharaoh?
Let my people go.
Let my people go. How many plagues did God inflict on Egypt? Huh? 10. All right. How do we know Israel crossed in deep waters of the Red Sea and not the 1-foot deep swamp known as the Reed Sea, like the liberals claim? How do we know that they passed through the deep waters of the Red Sea?
Through the deep waters, they didn't. They passed on dry ground. What are you talking about? What?
Well, correct. They passed on dry ground, but how do we know it was through the deep waters of the Red
Walls
Sea?
of water. It says walls.
Yes, walls of water, and just give me one other thing that happened to indicate it wasn't a shallow.
When the water flooded back, it flooded over everybody in their chariots and everything.
All right.
So it had
It
to
drowned
be-
the Egyptians, yes. What was the name of the covenant God made with Moses at Mount Sinai? Mosaic. And that was the one, was that the one you had crossed off a bunch
Well,
of
they
times?
refer to it as the Sinai
Yeah.
covenant. which
I've
is-
never heard that
But
either.
I just thought it was confusing.
I had never heard that.
Neither have I.
Ever.
I got that.
All right, how many years did Israel wander in the wilderness? 40. Why did they wander so long?
Disobedience. They didn't do what God told them to do.
Yeah, disobedience. Specifically, when the spies went in, they're like, we can't beat it. They didn't trust God. They disobeyed God. Yep. Primarily, what does the book of Deuteronomy contain?
Words.
Yes, of course. Primarily, what does the book of Deuteronomy contain?
The law. The Ten Commandments and,
No, that's in Exodus.
oh, okay.
All right, goes this side. What does the book of Deuteronomy primarily contain? You're talking through it. This is a tough one. I'll give you that. It's a tough one. It's sermons from Moses. It's his final sermons before he died. All right, that was a tough one. All right, who were the only two spies who were not afraid to go into Canaan? Joshua and Caleb. Who were the only ones from Jericho to survive the walls falling?
Rahab and her family.
Rahab and her family. Why did Israel want Saul to be king? You got it, both of them. You got both of them. He was the tallest man in Israel, and everybody thought he was good looking. All right. Why did Samuel initially ignore David when he went and visited Jesse's sons?
Because David was out tending the sheep and he was not there.
Yes. And what were you going to say? Because he was small, he was the youngest one, and that's when the famous line, God looks on the heart and man looks on the outward appearance. All right? Over here. What was the sin that doomed Saul's reign as king? What was the final straw? But what was the final thing he did? That final sin.
He did something that the priests were only allowed to do.
You're getting close, but not quite. We're going to go over here.
He offered a sacrifice and he wasn't allowed to do that.
That's what they said, and that's not it. All right, the final straw was he hired a witch to call up Samuel from the grave. All right, over here. Name 2 of the 4 ways Solomon failed. Name 2 of the 4 ways Solomon failed as king. 2 of his 4 sins.
Too many wives.
That's 1.
Didn't he like keep somebody alive that he wasn't supposed to? He was supposed to kill everybody.
Nope. 1 more guess.
He took the religions of the wives instead of just keeping God.
That's intertwined in that one. I'm not counting that. All right, over here. Name 2 of the 4 sins, reasons why Solomon failed.
What did they say?
Multiplied wives.
Probably his ego.
All right, he multiplied wives, he multiplied horses, he sent merchants to Egypt, and he became rich with gold and silver. And Deuteronomy specifically says that kings were not supposed to do those things. And he did all 4. All right, so nobody got a point for that one. And I think we're back here. Got 5 minutes to go. We're doing pretty good, actually. I only have a few more left. All right, how many kings from the northern kingdom were good? How many kings from the northern kingdom were good?
That's a good question.
5, 4, 3,
I don't know
2, 1. How many kings from the northern kingdom were good?
1?
What's your guess?
Either 1 or none.
Final answer. Give it to me. Take a guess. I'll make you do the final answer. Say it.
No idea.
All right, it was none. All
I
right.
said 1 or none, but
That's why I said give me the final answer. I can't help you out too much. I think it's back here. Name 3 out of the 7 good kings from the southern kingdom. Name 3 of the 7.
David.
Was this before David?
It's not David. This is from the divided kingdom. This was in the book.
Josiah.
David and Solomon were that was the United Kingdom.
Oh,
After Solomon, it became divided to the north and the south. So 3 of the 7 good kings from the southern kingdom.
Josiah,
Okay, that's 1.
Hezekiah,
2. 1 more.
No.
All right, goes to you. Name 3 of the 7 good kings. You got Josiah and Hezekiah already. You just got to get 1 more. In high school, we had to learn all the Southern Kingdom kings' names in order, and all the Northern Kingdoms in order. They said Josiah and Hezekiah. Give me 1 more. We're going to have to say time's up so I can finish. Jehoshaphat, Joash, Uzziah, or Azariah, depending on how you want to say his name, and Jotham. All right, over here. What year did Nebuchadnezzar destroy Jerusalem and take prisoners to Babylon? Chad, this was in the book. Actually, it's really famous too. But if you're not good at dates, it'd be tough. What year was it? I also had this drilled into me in high school. All right, over here. What year?
what was the rest of the question?
What year did Nebuchadnezzar destroy Jerusalem and take the prisoners to Babylon?
400 BC.
586 BC. All right, over here. How did Jezebel die?
The birds
Thrown out
ate
the
her.
window and
The dogs and birds.
eaten by dogs.
She got pushed out the window and was eaten by dogs, yes. All right, over here. What is the only Old Testament book where God's name is not mentioned? Only Old Testament book where God's name is not mentioned. That's in the Old Testament, but it's wrong. Over here.
Esther.
Esther.
That was in
All right.
the women's Bible study.
All right, over here. What man led the people to rebuild the walls of Jerusalem?
Sorry, what?
What man led the people to rebuild the walls of Jerusalem?
Jeremiah.
Wrong.
Nehemiah.
Nehemiah.
was close.
All right, quote, or get it very close, Psalm 1:1. All right, over here, quote, Psalm 1:1. Blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor stands in the way of sinners, nor sits at the seat of scoffers. Sits at the feet of scoffers. All right, over here, quote Psalm 19:1, or get it close. We need to start doing Bible memory.
I know 34 one.
All right, over here, Psalm 19:1.
I'll know as soon as you say it.
The heavens declare the glory of God. All right, over here, quote Psalm 23:1. All right, you got a point for that. Over here, quote Psalm 24:1.
The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, the world and they that dwell therein.
All right, she got it. Psalm 19:11.
Wonderful shall a young man cleanse his ways by taking.
Nope,
Is that it?
nope. Psalm 19:11. 119:11.
That's close.
Jesus wept.
That's John 11:35.
Blessed is the man who.
Thy word have I hid in my heart that I might not sin against thee. Psalm 19:11. Psalm 119:105.
Honor thy father.
Psalm 119:105. I just almost said it a second ago because I almost messed it up. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. All right, what is the major message of the Old Testament prophets? What is the major message, the theme of the Old Testament prophets? His book had a lot of that information. All right, what is the major message of the Old Testament prophets?
The Messiah's coming.
Repent and warnings of judgment. All right, last question. No, you didn't get it. Last question. How many years between Malachi and Matthew? It is known as the silent years. How many years was it?
It's either 400 or 600.
Take a guess.
Do you think it's 400 or 600?
She just said, is it 400 or 600? I would probably guess one of those.
I think it's 400.
400. It is 400. All right, so what's the score?
Because it was 400 when they were involved.
It was actually, that was the 70 questions, if I counted questions. Yeah.
We got 26 and they got 24.
Oh, convenient. They won.
I got two. I'm sure the other ones are somewhere. 'cause I got-
Oh,